Everything that was became what is, and what withers and dies is but like the larva in its cocoon.
Okay, here we are. So, welcome to Francesco and Veronica.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
How are you guys doing so far?
We are surviving this complex moment right now. Actually, we are pretty good. Also, our families are fine, which is very important right now. And the area where we are from is not extremely hit by all this virus. So technically, we are a little bit safer than others in Italy. We are lucky for this, but we are good. We stay home. We try to respect all the restrictions that we have, and we hope that all this is going to be over as soon as possible for everyone.
That's smart. At least somebody is listening to what the government is saying. Thank you.
Yeah. We also have to give example, somehow. So we have to try to.
We have to also believe in what we're doing. Otherwise, everything is just for no reason. I know a lot of people, they're doing what, we've been asked to. So they're staying home, they're just going out. Because I don't know how many people are gonna see this video, but in Italy, we have like very strict restrictions. So we can't go outside our places, even just for a walk. We have to stay at least maximum like 500 meters, I think, from our places. If you want to go for a walk, if you want to walk our dogs, or just breathe some air. But and if you want to go to the grocery stores, you can go there, but you need like a paper. You have to sign a paper, and it's pretty complicated. So we're trying to do as much as we can to stay home and stay safe. Try to help our neighbors. It's tough because most of us, we have our families and like even just grandparents, and me personally, I don't see them. It's been like 1 month, but we have to do our part to respect the elders. And
also now we have we're getting the first results, like positive results, positive feedback of this behavior. So it's totally stupid for to not listen to the government. Because we have proof from what happened to China, but also now in Italy we have proof as well. We are seeing the first positive results right now, so we have to keep up and be patient. Go on with this. Try to respect as much as possible all these restrictions.
Respect everybody else's. Respect everybody else's sacrifices, because everybody here is doing sacrifice. We're not working. We're not, we're trying to buy just, the least necessary to survive, just, to save money. We're struggling, not that much. I thought it was going to be a bit worse for us, but as Francesco said, we live in a place, me and him, we live like nearby in the same area. It's open countryside, so nothing really happens anyways here, so it's not that different from other days.
That's what I said many times, like in the interviews. Like they were asking, what's going on, because everybody they have this idea of Italy that it's all party all the time, which is a great thing. It is a great place to live, but some areas are a little bit more boring, and basically we grew up in a boring area, so we were blaming this place like, oh, nothing happens here, and now we have to reconsider this fact.
But now
maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
right now, yeah, because it makes us safer. So
yeah, less vulnerable, because
yeah,
I mean, almost nobody lives here. Nobody can be contagious. But yeah,
Lucky guys.
no, I'm joking.
No, really lucky guys. I live in the city center in Verona, which
Yeah.
is a big city, and it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I love it right now, for example, because it looks like we are in a zombie movie, more or less, because nobody, everything is closed, and I love it because the air.
The
air
quality.
is clean as fuck. It's great compared to like 1 month ago that was barely difficult to breathe.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So
You have a balcony?
I have a small garden.
Okay.
Actually,
Then you're safe.
You're lucky then.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
You're lucky.
Garden.
You can go walk around a little bit.
Yeah, sure. It's more for the dogs. But
yeah, I feel sorry.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for everybody who lives like in a downtown, in very crowded areas, and you cannot go outside for a walk.
Yeah.
Not even just, to stretch a little bit or just to breathe some air. You have to open your window and pray that you don't live in the city center, like in Rome, for example, or in Milan.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for you guys.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So how does this situation actually affect your band activities?
Yeah, we changed we changed a lot of things. Of course, we were supposed to be we actually were supposed to be done with a tour, like the most important tour we ever planned to do, actually. So we were not lucky. We were supposed to be in the United States with a string quartet, which was a big thing. We organized this thing for at least a year. It was a big investment for us, money-wise, time-wise, and we also rehearsed with the string quartet before leaving, but we got this very strict restrictions of the quarantine thing, like a week before we were supposed to leave, so we technically postponed the tour to September. And some, like the majority of the gigs have been already rebooked, but you don't know actually what is going to happen, because at first we were thinking that it would have been something like a wait of a few months, but now we see a lot of people postponing, and it's becoming longer, and so we actually don't know. Let's see. And this is how it affected actually our activity, like the live activity. And also the writing process is completely different now, because we cannot leave. We have to stay indoors, so we cannot gather in any way. So we have to write or do whatever we do for socials or whatever on web. So everything is digital. We have to, we are blessing Skype or stuff like that, because it keeps us kind of together, even if we are far away one from each other. And we are now living this on the internet as much as many other people in the world. And that's what we check the news, we try to work and do as much as we can from home, and that's it. Also, all the festivals are gonna be gone, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're starting canceling now.
Yeah.
I saw what is it?
The stuff that we had. The stuff that back not yet, but the stuff that we had already booked for June is gone.
Oh yeah.
And now I guess they're gonna start with July.
Yeah.
So hopefully, cross fingers. At least the stuff that it's in North Europe or Germany, maybe for August, is gonna still, be. They won't cancel that, but I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Looks like the majority of the festivals are technically moving the entire festival to next year. So 2021, I think it's it's what
it's
this
very,
man.
I think it's very almost impossible for them, like for the, for the festival itself to, they gather a lot of people from all around the world. So, for example, in China, where everything started, it started like 1 month before everything started to like exploding here. So we don't know in 1 month. I mean, hopefully it's gonna be over here or like, on the way, but we don't know in other places where, it's hitting now. For example, in America, we don't know how it's gonna be. So probably it's gonna be wise for them to cancel. In my opinion, it would be safer, not for
for the people.
Not for our wallets, of course,
but
not for our.
No, well, yeah.
We don't care.
I mean, yeah, it's totally pointless to risk and put people in risk for working. I mean, of course, this affects us as much as many other bands and many other activities, even if it's not music, are heavily affected by this. But at the same time, we have to stick to our priorities, and priority is health. And also, maybe all this is going to generate new kind of restyling the way we are close to fans. We interact with fan base and stuff like that. We still can release stuff, work from home, do stuff that, of course, it's not the same, but at least I think we are luckier than many others that have just, their activity shut down and that's it, no other option and stuff like that. So better to wait, better to find a safer condition where everybody can go out and enjoy the shows and whatever, not just go on tour with restrictions and stuff like that. Okay, you can imagine shows with 100 people and everybody has to stay like 2 meters away from the other and no mosh pit and nothing. It's a nightmare. It's not a show anymore, even for the musicians, that you don't get any kind of energy from the crowd because it's impossible. Everybody's scared. And I think that music and live concert are something very, like, it's just like making sex, you have to stay as close as possible, sweat together, it's an exchange of energies, and it's not, it cannot happen with restrictions, it's like it cannot happen if you have like people scared or whatever. So we have to wait. I know we're gonna go crazy before pretty soon we're gonna get mad for this, but yeah, I know, but we have to try to wait and go back on tour when it's gonna be really safe for everybody.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It's true. So that means that probably you guys are planning something new with the band, like.
Well, we have a lot of things going on.
Okay. Can you talk about that, or it's a secret thing?
No. Well, the some stuff, it's we are doing like a lot of material, like a lot of contacts for of course the social media. We kind of re-projected the whole activity depending on this new way of reaching the fans. So we are working so much on social medias. And I started personally a video podcast, which was very, very successful. And we are now moving this podcast to Nuclear Blast channels. It's called Saturday Night Lockdown. And I'm interviewing like 1 or 2 friends or band members of bands that we love, and every Saturday night. And we did the first episode with Cream from Septic Flesh, and now next week we have actually tomorrow this is gonna be released, I don't know when, but tomorrow we have the what?
No, I was joking. A cat. No, because we don't know when it's gonna be released. But
I think we're doing. at the moment.
Yeah, it's this is gonna be next one is gonna be with Jukam Volgren from Amon Amart, and then we have other guys from Educates, Epica, Nightwish. A lot of we are working on all these bands inspired us so much, and they have stuff that are gonna be. They are releasing stuff now, or they were supposed to be on tour. So we discuss. It's basically very similar thing, but it's more like fun, like live streaming. So they talk about all the bullshits possible.
So that means that I'm not funny enough.
No.
My conversation is not funny enough.
No, it doesn't mean this. It's like that. It's more. This is more about our profession, I really appreciate this instead because we talk about the, all these aspects that affected our profession, and it's not just bullshit or stuff like that, It's more. Mostly. It's more. I think it's interesting for the people to understand that, all this thing is not just fun. There is a lot of work behind, and there's a lot of projects, a lot of things, a lot of hopes, a lot of plans, and sometimes you really feel lost when something like this happens. So, you can talk bullshit all the time, but also you need stuff like this when you stop for a while and you try to explain to people what is going on for real,
Yeah, sure, of course. Veronica, do you want to add something?
I mean, we're actually living the same shit. You can actually censor that. But I'm personally, I'm following, of course, Francesco with his tea, with his friends and our friends, actually. I don't know. Everything is so fucked up, and it happened so fast that we really want. I was planning to live in my dream on this tour that we had to postpone. So I'm still a bit disappointed with life, a little bit. if you want, it still sucks. I know that it's gonna happen anyways. Hopefully in September, but I think it's already planned to be in September. So I really hope everything is gonna, get fixed as soon as possible. Not just, I don't want to sound, something egoistic, but not for myself, not for my band, but for, you play in a cool as fuck band. So, everybody who plays in a band know the struggle that there's behind everything, even just a single show, even just probably it's even worse. So you've been to festivals, you know what it's like to go on a festival, even the coolest, even if you're like headlining on the best festival. Everything is so difficult to arrange, to gather, and it takes forever just to arrange just a concert. So I was referring to the fact that most of the festivals now are like canceling, and they're gonna probably be canceled soon. It just sucks, and I'm very sorry for everybody who is involved in this kind of festival, not just the musicians, not just the technicians. So even just merchandisers or the roadies, the guys who just work for like the bar, everybody, the sponsors, everybody. It's gonna affect everybody, and it sucks so much. A lot of people, they don't know what's like when they buy a ticket. It's just, okay, you know what's behind that 50 euros ticket. There's everything behind. There's like thousands and thousands of people working their ass off for like years and years just to to make you attend, to let you attend that concert. And it sucks so much that everything is gonna get canceled soon due to this.
Yeah.
I don't know, not even to.
I mean,
say
like
that.
as artists, our mission is to entertain people. Okay, so that's what I was saying before. We can laugh, we can spend time, like have fun, whatever. But in the end, we are also human beings, And personally,
We try.
Yeah, and personally, sometimes it's very hard. It's very, very hard, and it's good to talk about this. Somehow it's therapeutic for me right now talking about this, because I have to be there and smile and be on top of everything all the time, because my fans deserve the best, and I have to deliver the best, and I cannot go there and cry, of course. But sometimes it's the burden that we carry to deliver is like, it's huge. And for us and the industry itself, so even if it's more like an underground world, the metal genre in general, there's a lot of people, a lot of entities that are suffering right now. And it's and sometimes I'm very scared. I feel lost. I don't know, like what is going to happen, like if we stop for 6 or even more months. It's like all the labels, all the booking agents. It's a huge machine that all of a sudden stops, and it was barely surviving in sometimes. It wasn't like, okay, this scene is so healthy that even if we stop for a year, it's gonna be the same from second number one when we start again. No, it was it required a lot of struggles, a lot of work by everybody to keep it alive, for the people, for ourselves. And now we have all this all of a sudden that we didn't expect, and we have to stop, and we actually don't know how it's gonna be when it's gonna be over. So yeah, I feel like that, like talking about this is kind of therapeutic with me, because I share this burden with you guys.
It's totally fine. I mean, I totally understand, and I'm more or less on the same page. Hopefully, we're gonna survive. I hope. I mean, I'm pretty sure we will, because usually metalheads are strong. So for sure, more than
Stubborns.
So pretty sure it's gonna be fine. It will take some time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So let's go back to super light topic now. We talk about important stuff. Let's talk about a little bit of bullshit. So what are you guys doing in private instead of working for the band? Like, do you have special activities during the day? I mean, we have 24 hours completely sealed inside our places. So we have to arrange something.
What you do, Veronica?
Okay, so I mostly sleep.
Okay.
That's what I really like. No, I mean, I'm joking. I'm trying. Actually, there's something that I'm trying to do. A lot of people, especially my family members, they think I'm crazy, because they're like, I have a day job here. So when, not right now, because of course everything is closed, but so I usually sleep between 4 and 5 hours, if I'm lucky 6. So everybody, my mom is like, okay, you should sleep more, since you have a lot of time now. You're not doing anything. You're not working, so you just sleep. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to force myself to wake up in the morning, not so early, but like 8:30. I wanna like force myself to feel like in the normality, if I may say, to feel normal. Because if I oversleep every day, it'll feel like, I don't know, I'm at high school and I just want to ditch school, basically. And I don't want to feel super lazy, so I'm trying to. I cook a lot.
Of course.
I make like pizza, doughs, just cakes. I'm not actually a cake fan, but I like to bake a lot of cakes. I have the fortune to have equipment here, like in my house, in my studio. I have like a very tiny homemade studio, so I can actually record myself and for fun, I just do it.
Also, a very hungry boyfriend.
Yeah, he's hungry.
That's all the time. Like, yeah. It's gonna be like 50 kilos more when it all ends.
Probably. Oh, but we also have like some sort of I don't know, like a thing for make some workouts. We're trying to keep ourselves busy, if I may say busy, actually. But we also have, like, as I said before, we live in a countryside, so if we want to go for a walk, which we don't find the time to go for a walk now that we're not doing anything, because you know how it works. Maybe in 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. I play video games. I'm a sort of a nerd geek for video games, and that's it, probably.
I'm a very boring guy. I'm a grandpa. Very, very boring. I basically work all the time and spend some time with the family. Of course, I have this. Yeah, for touring musicians, this is kind of like bittersweet thing, like it's a blessing finally to stay home and be home with your family for this long. And so I spend time with my kid. I spend time with my wife, and I try to survive this very, unusual situation for me, because we are always around, flying there and touring on tour bus and blah blah blah. Now you are always in the same place for so long. So I work out a little bit, and of course, like all the other Italians, I try to stay away from the kitchen as much as possible. It's not happening. And
so that's the excuse.
Yeah,
that's the excuse why you don't cook.
Yeah, a good thing that also this all this time helps you to rediscover like passions or stuff that you are not used to do. You are not doing anymore. For example, I restarted reading a lot because I have more time, and I want to shut off the fucking television, because it's it's like that all counting. There's like that count every day, so it's, and I try to stay informed and updated as much as I can, but like I try to stay away from television and stuff like that. So I have this time, I invest this time in reading books, and that brings me, with at least with the fantasy, with my imagination, brings me away from these four walls, and that's it. So basically, as I said, we are boring people. We don't do much.
It's not boring.
Come on, Matteo, tell us how to party in quarantine.
Yeah.
I'm probably the most boring person in the world, trust me. I mean, regarding sleeping, if I can sleep 14 hours in a row, I'm totally doing that.
Yeah.
So you have to give us a nice recipe for the best spritz cocktail.
For the spritz? Well, you guys have to tell me things. Not I have to tell you things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on. It's a 50-50.
I would
yeah.
like.
Okay. I will tell you a spritz. Okay. Okay, we can start with the Aperol one, which is a normal glass, like a wine glass.
Favorite, yeah.
You put, I would say, 3 fingers of Aperol, 1 finger of water, sparkling water, and then 2 fingers of sparkling white wine.
Wow. Okay.
And that's a cup like that size. It's half of a liter.
And then you can sleep for 14 hours in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lucky because you don't have somebody that 7:30, 8 in the morning starts to do it. Pa, dad, hey, pa, hey, daddy, hey, pa, wake up, hey, pa, like this.
I have the cat that is more or less doing the same.
Yeah.
Morning. That's a problem.
It's like, come on.
Okay, so
me. I'm hungry. Feed me. Come on. It's 7:30. Come on, pa. Yes, it's like this.
Of course, playing. Great. So something you want to share, like a recipe. Veronica, you like to cook a lot, so.
I do. I don't know. Pasta. I can give some recipe for some pasta.
Okay,
we're on the same page. I don't know, because Fritz is from your region, so I was asking because it's my favorite drink, but it's from your region, so I'm not trying to even attempt to make it here. I didn't know about the sparkling water, actually.
Yeah, usually.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know.
Look at him, man. He's a professional alcoholic. It's clear.
Yeah.
So he knows his shit. Definitely.
Everybody can actually see that, and I don't know why.
I don't know, guys. It's too complicated now. I'm overwhelmed by the spritz recipe. I think I need one. Ale, I'm calling my boyfriend. Maybe we can make one now. What's like, Fra? What's the one of the best recipe that we have in our region?
Wow. Well, we have
we have a lot of truffle. We have a lot of truffles,
truffle,
stuff like that. Truffle,
and
mushroom.
We have a lot of I would say like wood stuff, like provided by nature, and basically where we produce the most here it's olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. In this area,
from our area, not even
wine.
A region,
So,
and wine.
Yeah, and what we cook is mostly very easy, pretty easy stuff. It's not just I don't have like a special recipe or stuff like that.
I have a lot of them, but they're
I don't know how to translate this. I wasn't ready for something like this.
Okay, so how would you actually do bruschetta al tartufo?
Yeah, we have non-salty bread here by tradition, and also we you roast it on. You say roasted? I would just say when you put it on the coils.
Grill, maybe you grill it on the charcoal. Usually we do it on a charcoal.
By the fire, and then you put olive oil, extra virgin. If you have like brand new oil, it's so like very green, so it's like more like fluid, like very dense fluid, and it's salt, a little bit of maybe if you like a little bit of pepper, but not if you use truffles. Maybe salt and garlic, a little bit of garlic, and then you just cut in. You make like a carpaccio of black truffle or summer truffle, whatever, and you just put it on top of it, and it's delicious.
Yeah,
and Goodbye. I'm gonna do something.
I'm hungry. So in my hometown, which is I think it's 20 minutes from his hometown, we have a different way of making bruschetta with truffle. So we grill on charcoal the bread sliced, and we grind in a small pot. We grind the shred or grind, it depends. Truffle. We put a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, salt, and garlic, and we don't cook it. We just turn the heat on a little bit, just to make the salt
it's fake.
Melt, but just a little bit, and then you put it on the bruschetta.
Wrong recipe.
But actually one of my favorite one is with the raw truffle on top. That's my favorite.
That's really, really nice. I would like to have
it's
it
fake.
right now.
It's fake. The way they do it, it's fake.
It was just like 20 minutes. So every town, every city, every village, even the small one, we have different way. Yeah, we're not the true defenders of the truffles. We're not. But we have different ways, of course. Like every city, you touch every different way of making anything. It's so That's why you shouldn't come to Italy just for eat, because you have to stop every single city and you're gonna end up gaining 100 kilos. I mean, it's up to you guys, but you can.
Last time I've been close to Verona, I was in Valpolicella.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the wine.
And that was very, very heavy. Like, let's say an extreme experience. And it was great.
Well, always depends on how much you're drinking.
Yeah. And I was in a canteen. It was like a country house, something like that, with a canteen, and it was unbelievably good.
Oh, yes.
So you don't have only Romeo and Juliet, man.
No,
You also have a lot of alcohol.
Okay. We have probably more alcohol than
Romeo and Juliet.
Regarding romantic things. But yeah, so guys, something you want to say to your fans just to keep up this whole situation?
Yeah. You want to start first? Yeah.
We're probably gonna say the same stuff because everybody has to stay safe, stay home as much as you can. Try to, take care of your family by not seeing them. Unfortunately, try, if you're living like in different places, try to stay home. And it sucks. It's a struggle, but we just do it for a greater good. So. Try not to be selfish and go out and go to the grocery store only if you really have to. And don't rush for the toilet paper, guys. It's gonna be fine. You don't need to.
You have hands for that.
Did you guys did you manage to get East and West stuff? Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jinx myself right now, but I'm trying to make a smart shopping when I go to the grocery store. So I'm trying to buy stuff for at least 8 to 10 days. I'm not buying like super fresh stuff. So even the milk, for example, I don't buy fresh milk. So it actually lasts longer. Mm-hmm. I try to buy like fresh veggies, and I cut it and I put it in the freezer. So I have, fresh sliced veggies, even if they're not like the frozen, pre-made stuff.
Of course.
So I'm just trying to do my part for my life, for my wallet, and for everybody safety. Everything is. I mean, I see people here. It's a small reality here because I live in a place. It's called Bastardo, by the way. It's beautiful. We're like 500 people or something. And almost everybody's doing their part. So at the grocery store, they're not huge, but we can find everything. I mean, I saw plenty of toilet papers, packs. The aisles are refurnished because I mean the trucks, the truck drivers, they're moving, they're driving every day. So it's not a food crisis. It's not a grocery crisis. And everybody should understand that, like, completely, because they don't have to rush. Because I just want to just say this very, very shortly. I saw a picture I don't know if it was fake, but it was very touchy. I think it was last week. There was a picture of an very old lady in a grocery store, and she couldn't find, I don't know if it was paper or just milk or something, because the aisle was completely empty. So every time I go to the grocery store, I think about these people who cannot walk by themselves, or it's very hard for them to go outside and buy stuff. So I think, okay, if I really want to take 2 pieces and there are just 2 left, I try to take 1 and leave something else for other people who are coming after me. That's the only thing that I'm thinking. So trying to be generous by taking only what you need. That's the only thing my suggestion. That's what I personally do.
That it was supposed to be like in regular life, but now it's even more important,
Yeah.
But not everyone, take care of next, that like the others. So let's see.
Yeah.
For me, I was first of all, I want to thank all the fans, like metal fans in general, and our fans for supporting us, because since all this started, they shown like an incredible support. They're buying merchandise, writing messages, and asking. They are actually very concerned, and this is a great thing, because it means that they love us. And also, I want to thank you for this thing, because it's a cool thing. It's, as I said, sometimes we just need to gather to meet as musicians. We are all together, but some, like, before all this happened, it was we were so close but so distant.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, we have this guy that plays in this band, and the other guy, and then we were just chatting a little bit before the tours and a little bit after the tours, but then you just forget. And I'm guilty myself, like many times I was like, keep in touch, and then you just forget because life goes on and whatever.
And we're lazy mostly.
Now all this situation created this new dimension in which it's so important to gather. It's so important to work as one, be as one. So thank you very much for this time we spent together, because it's like sharing our ideas, and sharing our just telling people how we live this thing, and very honestly, and that's great for the people. It's for the people and for us as well, as I said, because it's a way to feel more to feel that we are like a big community, and everybody involved is working.
And he's stuck.
This is gonna last. Okay. Oops. What happened? Like
you froze.
Yes.
You just
froze. Okay. Yeah, no. I really hope that it's gonna be over pretty soon. But still, I really hope that we learn something from all this, and we keep this with all these teachings in the future.
Hopefully, yes. I have to thank you guys for your time.
Yeah,
of course.
It wasn't boring. You said, you think I'm boring.
Okay.
No, it wasn't boring at all. It was super fun.
Okay, cool.
But it was more serious, and it's important as well to treat it for what it is, and not just laugh all the time.
Of
No,
course,
that's
it's a
true.
serious
That's
topic, so it has to be a little bit serious.
Yeah.
Conversation as well. So,
Okay.
guys, thank you very much. And,
Thank you.
See you hopefully on the road soon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say
cool.
hi to the guys and girls.
Yeah.
You as well.
And girls. Ciao. Bye bye.